Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's practice. We're going to begin in an easy seat, so if you'd like to sit on a blanket or a pillow, please feel free to bring that in. I'd like you, if you are just sitting right on the floor, to even walk your sits bones back a bit. And let this be a comfortable seat. So you might wiggle your heels even a little bit away from your bottom. Notice, just feel inward, where you can be the most upright in your spine. And then mindfully place your hands. You might even draw them back a bit on the thighs to help activate this upright spine. Let your shoulders slip down your back and allow your chin to come in toward your throat. You're welcome to softly gaze at the floor ahead of you, or you can close your eyes completely if you would rather. Let's just take some time here to welcome ourselves to today's practice. Just notice how you're feeling in your body, in your heart, in your mind. And then please bring your awareness to your breath. Can you let your breath move out of the center of your chest and go deeper into your being, a little bit more toward the kidneys, the back ribs. Exhaling your air out when you are ready. And if you'd like, I'd offer you the opportunity to adjust this breath to how you are feeling today. So if you're nervous or agitated, a longer exhale will help you come back toward balance. If you are depressed or down, a longer inhale will be a benefit. And if you're already feeling pretty centered, you can allow the inhale to match the exhale. As you watch your breath, can you begin to ease tension in the mind? Feel some space enter. Relax the skin of your skull, the space across your brow. Let the muscles around your eyes and your eyes themselves soften. Notice if you're holding tension in your jaw, and let that go. Releasing your tongue, releasing around your neck. I've been reading the book, The Wisdom of the Shamans by Don Jose Ruiz. His father, Don Miguel Ruiz, who wrote The Four Agreements, opened the book. He had a line that really struck me. He said, "Wisdom is the realization that you have a choice in your story." We all tell ourselves stories that limit us, that hold us back from our highest selves. I'd like to take a moment and get vulnerable. I've really struggled with this limiting belief that I am not enough, and that not enoughness means that I am incapable of being loved. You see, my father was abusive, emotionally, mentally, physically. And in the way that he was not able to be present, I picked up a story. The first time I really spun out because of this story was in college, when he divorced his second wife and was not able to call me to tell me. I found out from my mom. This subsequently led me into a depression where I tried controlling everything other than my emotions. I was even anorexic for some time. I spun out a second time in my 30s, where I really came into the height of depression and anxiety, the most I've ever experienced. And with a lot of inward work, between therapy and my yoga practice, I began to realize my limiting beliefs. I began to realize that I was carrying my father's story. You see, he was also abused, as was his father. And when I began to untangle that web, I no longer allowed his story to have power over me. I took my power back. I blamed him for a long time. We have this tendency to blame an ex, to blame our parents, to blame a sense of lack. And when we do this, we let those things have control over us. The antidote that I have found to releasing these stories is presence. We tend to be in this sleepwalking state, to have these patterns and habits that we hold to. Some of them serve us, some of them don't. And it is 100% our responsibility to become aware of those limiting beliefs and stories and to practice releasing them. What we do here on the micro level in our practice, we hope to take with us out into our day on the more macro level of our life. So practice today, noticing that inner voice, noticing the limiting beliefs, and with awareness, with presence, and always with self-love. Remember, you are perfect just as you are. If you would like, on your next exhale, you can bring palms together, thumbs resting to your heart. I'd like you to consider, what can you invite into your practice today to help free yourself from that which holds you back? And can you make this your intention, your sankalpa, by stating it with an I am phrase, as if it's already occurring? Maybe even repeating the sankalpa to yourself a few times so that it can really become rooted in your awareness. And whenever you feel ready, yogis, an exhale will bow your chin and blink open your eyes. We're going to start off with a nice little stretch for the shoulders and the neck. So please, left hand to left thigh. You're going to take your right arm around your low back, and you might let it sit there in the half bind. You might find your left bicep. Shoulders down, collarbones wide. Stay nice and upright in your seat. Find this beautiful stretch across your right shoulder. And then, very gently, start to bring your left ear toward your left shoulder until you find your edge, where you can still breathe comfortably, and where you can maybe invite long exhales to help you release a little more of what you're feeling. We're going to have the option of a lot of movement in today's class. I want this to be a practice for you of listening inward and deciding if that movement is for you today. You are welcome to hold at any point, to find a pose that pleases you, to do more if it's what you need. On your next inhale, head back to neutral. Release the right arm and take it across the chest. Left arm in, holding, left hand holding right upper arm. Shoulders down as you begin to stretch the back of the shoulder. And then chin to throat, you're going to start turning and looking towards your right shoulder. Come back to mindful breathing here. And just notice if you can soften the teeth away from each other, if you can relax your gaze. On your next inhale, back to neutral. Right hand to right shoulder, thigh. Left arm coming around the left back. Find the half bind, maybe a grasp if that's available to you. Shoulders down again, collarbones wide, upright in the spine. With chin slightly coming in toward throat, please take right ear to right shoulder until you find the appropriate stretch on this side. Come back to mindful breathing. You see, I'm not completely free of this feeling of not enoughness, of not being able to be loved. It still rises up at times. But I have found more peace through this practice of awareness than I have ever experienced before. It's still a practice of needing to notice when I get stuck under this old story. But the more often I do it, the quicker I can come out of it. Inhaling, head to neutral. Release left arm, taking it across the chest. Right hand to outer left arm. Shoulders down. Hug the arm into the chest. Find your stretch. And then again, chin toward throat. You'll begin to turn your head to the left, looking to left shoulder. Sometimes our story comes in the form of can'ts or shoulds. Remember, this story is a part of our ego. And your ego may not be ready to give up the limiting thoughts and beliefs. I ask you to try anyway, in the name of your highest evolution. On an inhale, release. Make your way back to neutral. And whenever you feel it's appropriate, all fours. We're preparing for some cat-cow. Knees below hips, wrists below shoulders. And again, wrist creases parallel to the top edge of the mat. Spread your fingers evenly. Root index finger and thumb, and feel the inner elbows turn forward, strengthening your arms even more. Shoulders draw away from the ears. On your next inhale, can you feel your belly lower? The ribs below your shoulder blades roll into the spine, helping your heart reach forward. Lift your chin up. And on an exhale, push the floor away. Belly button in. Feel the back of your heart lift and separate your shoulder blades, chin in toward chest. Continue to move as feels good to you, yogis. And really give yourself the time, the opportunity to pause on those tender spots. This could be physically in your body. This could be metaphorically in your emotions, your mental state. It takes this deep listening inward, quieting of the mind, presence here and now. Remember, it's in the presence of now that we become limitless, that all possibilities are available to us. Let's do one more round of cat-cow. And if you'd like, you're welcome to take on any organic movement that feels right. In fact, maybe you just trust the intelligence of your body. Let it be at the helm as you continue to mindfully breathe. We all have this deep knowing, this deep wisdom within us. It just tends to get scattered by our thoughts, by these stories and beliefs that are handed to us. A few more rounds here, please. Even out your work. Nice, you guys. And when you're ready, back to neutral. Knees as wide as feel good for you. Tuck your toes. And when you're ready, make your way into your toe stand. You could stay right here. You could come back to sit on the heels. You might decide to stand on the knees. You decide what's appropriate and when it's appropriate. From here, please extend the arms. Turn the palms down and interlace your fingers. Bring the hands in toward the heart. Shoulders down, feel the collarbones widen. Gently press the palms together, grip your fingertips. We're trying to be as upright in our spine here as we're able. And can you keep your exhales nice and long, helping you release the bottom of your feet, which in turn helps release the outer hips. Soften your jaw, your eyes. On your next inhale, please re-extend and release. Right arm underneath, left, interlace. Hands into the sternum when you're ready. Again, shoulders down, collarbones wide, a gentle press of palms and grip of fingers. Can you part your lips, your teeth? Notice if you have tension across the brow. Can you release? And on your next inhale, let it go. Feel free to roll the wrists out, maybe a couple times each way. You decide what's appropriate. And whenever you feel ready, make your way back forward. You're welcome to untuck the toes, to gently drum the top of the feet on the mat, encourage blood flow. If you'd like to use props or have them nearby, please bring them closer. And when you're ready, down dog. Wrist creases parallel to top edge of mat again. Root index finger and thumb, and step your feet back when you're ready to lift your hips to the sky. You can step your feet about hip width, and if it helps you lengthen through the spine, maybe bring the feet a little closer to the hands, maybe bend your knees. Let's find strength in the arms. So root your index finger and thumb into the floor. Feel your inner elbows turn toward the index fingers, and the outer edges of your shoulder blades lift, widening your upper back. Listen inward. What would feel good here? A slow pedal, maybe a shifting of the hips from side to side. Maybe you would like to lift up onto the balls of the feet. Relax your neck, yogis. Try to let some of the tension from today slip away. You might do a little shake of yes. You might do a little shake of no. If you're holding tension in your mouth, maybe you even yawn it open, stick your tongue out, and let it go. Deep breathing, you guys. Notice if it went shallow. And when you're balanced, make your way back. When you're balanced in your body, make your way back to neutral. We're going into a little squat here, navel to spine. On your next exhale, sink your hips back to your heels as you press your hands into the floor and forward. Find a little more length through the spinal column. Maybe a little wiggle of the tail will help encourage a bit more. Notice if you're picking up tension in your neck, let it go. Can you just stay present? Stay in this space of limitless possibility. On an inhale, lengthen toward your edge. When you notice yourself getting into those old stories, beliefs, ask yourself, are they true? Ask yourself, what now? Do you continue in the old story? Do you create a new one? On your next exhale, looking to your hands, please make your way to powerful pose. Feet about hip width, weight in the heels, sinking your hips down. Feel your glutes strong, your navel in, and bring your arms up in whatever variation feels good to you today. Arms could be parallel to the floor, arms could be up, biceps by ears. Feel the glutes strong, the navel in, and really lengthen, heart, fingertips, top of head to sky. Bring your chin down. And on your next inhale, push down and come to standing. Glutes strong, navel in. Maybe you feel the back ribs, again, roll into the spine, lifting your heart into a back bend. On an inhale, make your way back to neutral. The exhale, releasing hands to heart, palms to sides. Cycle of breath here, please. Noticing all 10 toes pointing straight forward. Root the big toe mounds, pinky toe edges, and heels of the feet. A little micro bend in the knees. Tighten the glutes, navel in. Let's have a firm foundation here. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. On your exhale, left hand to right wrist. Inhale to get nice and tall, and exhale up and over to your left. Root the right foot and reach through the right hand. Can you feel the breath moving deep into the right side body, fanning the ribs open? On an inhale, back to neutral, please. The exhale, switching hand and wrist. Again, inhale, elongate. And exhale, side bend to the right. Again, root to reach. Deep breathing. On an inhale, back to center. Please leave the arms up. We're going to do some optional step backs here into a lunge. We're going to start with the left foot back first. So on your next exhale, maybe hands to heart, stepping left foot back, knee toward floor. On the inhale, sweep the arms up, back to the top of the mat. Exhale, right foot back, hands come down to heart. Inhale, make your way up. Let's do 2 more each side if you choose. Exhale, sink. Inhale up, glutes strong, navel in. Exhale, sink. Inhale up. Last round. Exhale, sink toward your edge. Inhale up. Exhale, sink. Inhale up. Exhale, powerful. Weight in the heels, glutes strong, belly button in. And on your next exhale, fold. Torso to thighs, hands to props or floor. Shift the weight into the balls of your feet and reach your thighs back. Can you release your neck? On your next inhale, yogis, make your way back to a plank pose. Mindfully placing the hands, knees down if that's what's appropriate for you today. Reach through the heels, tighten your glutes, navel in. Notice are the shoulders creeping up? Can you draw them down the back? Turning in your elbows forward, root your index finger and thumb. Try to keep your neck and head in line with your spine. Soften your face, deepen your breath. Nice, you guys. On your next exhale, knees down. It's your choice whether you untuck or tuck your toes. You're making your way up into a knee stand. Arms up. If you would have a benefit here of patting the knees, please do. We're going into what I call camel lean backs. So you're rooting your shins, the tops of the feet. Your glutes are strong and your navel is in. On your next inhale, lower the arms toward parallel as you lean back. Inhale, sweep up, arms up. Exhale, lean back, find your edge. Inhale, make your way up. Option to do 3 more. Soften your eyes, release your mouth. Are you remembering your option for choice? Only you know what's appropriate. Nice, you guys. Coming back down to tabletop. Mindful in your hands, your knees, adjust as necessary. And on your next inhale, right leg back, flex the foot, roll the inner thigh up, left arm forward, bird dog. Left arm like you're going to shake someone's hand ahead of you. Push the floor away, and then please bend left arm, right knee. We're going to do a little bit of curl action here. I want you to keep each arm and leg in line with its opposite arm and leg. On your next inhale, reach fingertips, heel to sky. On your exhale, round your back, hug and curl everything in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl. Feel cat-cow here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl. 2 more if you decide. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl. Soften your mouth, deepen your breath. Last one. On your next inhale, back to bird dog. And if you choose, awkward airplane. Left arm out to the left, right leg out to the right. Lift arm and leg, push the floor away. And on your next exhale, left wrist below shoulder, right foot to the floor on the outer right side. Maybe a little gratitude, that's over. All right, you guys, push the floor away. We're working around a bit of hip mobility in this right hip. So you're going to stay on the outer left side of the foot, big toe mound, pushing into the floor, exhale. And then on the inhale, roll the toes up and as far back as feels right. Exhale, outer big toe mound, pressing into floor. Inhale, roll up, shoulders down the back, chin to throat. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more, you guys. Exhale. Inhale. Last round. Nice. Bringing that outer edge of left foot back down. We're going to keep the right foot out to the right. You might even want to press the whole foot into floor. In fact, I'd recommend it. Adjust that leg if necessary. We're going to come into the skewed down dog. So tuck your back toes and lift your way up. If you need to adjust anything to make this sustainable, do. Again, you're rooting index finger and thumb, inner elbows forward, outer edges of shoulder blades lift and widen the upper back, and then push gently back and feel this nice little stretch on the inner, maybe even the back of the right leg. We're going to be circling this right leg up and to the outer left side of the left leg. So again, if you need to adjust so that this is sustainable, do. Feel the glutes strong, the navel in, keep your arms strength and your neck relaxed. Eyes steady. Inhale, sweep the right foot up. Exhale, touch the toes down, maybe outer edge of left leg. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, as far forward as feels good. 2 more, relax your neck. Inhale, if it's appropriate. Exhale, release. Remember your props, you're welcome to use them. Inhale, up. Exhale, release. Last one. Part your teeth. Deepen your breath. Nice, you guys. Inhale, right leg up. And exhale, right foot to join left. On your next inhale, plank pose. Knees down if you'd like, chaturanga. Shoulders away from ears, elbows hugging in toward the waistline. Untuck your toes, widen the stance. On an inhale, root down, everywhere that's touching earth, rise into cobra. Feel the back ribs roll into the shoulder, into the spine, heart forward, shoulders down. Draw the hands back. Keep the tops of the feet rooting so the legs are engaged. Chin to throat, release some of that energy. And on your next exhale, release. You're welcome to pause here on your stomach, or you're welcome to push up and back, child's pose. A few rounds of open mouth exhales. If they help you release inward pressure, if they help the breath balance. Maybe rolling out in your wrists, if that helps you release there. Maybe taking some time to recall your intention. Are your choices, your actions aligning with what you need to be more balanced through your day? Are there places that you're holding on with your ego rather than your spirit. Remember, the ego looks for power externally. The spirit leans into love, compassion, wisdom. Whenever you feel ready, yogis, you're going to make your way back into a down dog. Be mindful of your placements. And when you get up, you decide stillness, movement, observing what you're holding, taking some time to release, and of course, finding the strength, the engagement in your body to have a firm foundation in this pose. Some of the times when we have the most opportunity for change is when these foundations that we thought to be true start to collapse. It can be a scary time, but it also can be a time of great growth. When you feel balanced, back to neutral. And on an exhale, look to the hands, opposite foot stepping forward, making your way to a powerful pose. Weight in the heels, sink the glutes down, navel in, sweep the arms up. Chin to throat, yogis. Feel the glutes strong, lengthen. Through fingertips, top of head, heart. And on your next inhale, push down and come to rising, maybe taking that back bend, the ribs below your shoulders, rolling into spine, lifting your heart to sky. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, hands to heart. Palms to sides. Take a round of breath here. All right, opportunity to go into those lunge step backs if it's appropriate for your intention today. Adjust your stance, all 10 toes forward. Feel the glutes strong, the navel in. We'll start with the right foot stepping back. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart, right leg back, knee toward floor as much as feels appropriate. Inhale, up. Exhale, left leg back. Inhale up. If you'd like, if it's in your greatest good, continue. Gaze steady on one point will help the mind stay focused, balanced in the body. Making your way back to the top of the mat. Exhale, powerful. Pause for an inhale, get tall. And exhale, fold. Torso to thighs, weight to props, balls of feet, hands to props or floor. Reach your thighs again as far back as is appropriate. Release your neck. On your next inhale, yogis, please make your way back to your variation of plank. Energy through the heels, feeling your thighs firm. Glutes strong, belly button to spine, shoulders away from ears. Again, feel the inner elbows forward, weight in index finger and thumb. Maybe even the rest of your fingertips grip, strengthening the whole arm. Is your head in line, your neck in line with your spine? Are you breathing shallowly or holding extra energy into the throat, face, jaw? On your next exhale, everyone, knees down. Again, your choice if you tuck the toes or untuck them. And when you're ready, inhale up to knee stand. Pad the knees if it's appropriate. Rooting tops of shins, feet, tighten your glutes, navel in. Preparing for our camel lean backs. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And on an exhale, arms parallel, lean back to your edge. Inhale up. Deep breathing. Maybe finding your ujjayi breath. It's that whisper sound at the back of the throat. Helps you release stress. Last one here, I think. tabletop. Mindfully place knees, hands, preparing for this bird dog work. Second side. Extend left leg, flex the foot, roll the inner thigh up. Right arm forward, like you'll shake someone's hand. Push the floor away, feel the glutes strong, the navel in, and then please bend, right elbow, left knee. Bring your chin into your throat, you guys. Release the back of the neck. Gaze steady. Inhale, lift, extend through fingertips and heel. Exhale, hug into opposite leg, arm. Inhale, lift up. Feel this bit of cow. Exhale, into a bit of calf. 3 more if they're in your practice. Remember your intention. Align the best you can. Let go of the shoulds, the have-tos. What's appropriate for you to align with that which will help you balance. Into your bird dog when you're ready. Again, pushing the floor away. And on an inhale, awkward airplane. Open the arm, leg out to the side. Lift, arm and leg. And on an exhale, release the right wrist below right shoulder, left foot to floor. You're trying to have, again, the heel align a bit with the knee. And you can let the outer edge of the left foot be to the floor. Preparing for these hip rotations. We'll start with the exhale. Press the outer edge of the big toe mount into the floor. And on the inhale, lift the toes and roll back as much as feels right in this side. Exhale, press, chin to throat. Inhale. Notice, you guys, can you have more complete breaths? Can you let your teeth part? 2 more if they're in your practice. Listening to your needs. Offering love, compassion. Preparing for this skewed down dog. Left foot to floor. Again, feel free to adjust limbs and rooting as necessary. Tuck the back toes and make your way into this down dog variation. Feel nice and firm here, you guys. Index finger, thumb into floor. Inner elbows turning forward. Outer edges of shoulder blades lifting. Release your neck. Let your head dangle. As you press index finger and thumb into floor, can you use that rooting to help your hips reach back a little bit more? Getting a little bigger stretch on the left leg if that's where you need to be. All right, we're going to prepare for those hip circles here. Do what you need to do so you can stay solid and firm in your foundation. Glutes strong, navel in, gaze steady. Inhale, circling left leg up. Exhale, toes to outer edge of right foot. Inhale up, relax your neck, you guys. And exhale, step as far forward as is right. 2 more if you'd like. Inhale. Where's the weight in your hands? Can you keep it to the interior of the palm? Last one. Deep breathing. When you're ready, inhale, left leg up. And exhale, left foot down. Nice job, you guys. Relax your neck for a moment. And on your next inhale, when it's appropriate, plank pose. Knees down if that's where you're at today. No judgment. Instead, use decisiveness. And on your exhale, knees down if you'd like. Continue to lower to the floor. Widening the feet if that helps reduce any sensation in the low back, any discomfort. Root down, yogis, and inhale, roll up to cobra. Back ribs into the spine, reaching the heart forward. Shoulders down from ears, hands draw back. Root the tops of your feet into the floor, you guys. Deep breathing, chin to throat. Feel the elbows hugging in toward the waistline gently. And on an exhale, let go. going to pause here. If you'd like, rest your forehead on your hands or turn a cheek down. If rocking the hips or bending your knees and windshield wipering the legs would be a benefit, do. We're going to go into a quad stretch here called cat catching its tail. You might like to have your strap, belt, towel, whatever you're using, nearby. So finding that. And we're going to start off by rolling onto the right side. You're going to use your right hand as a kickstand for your head. And then it's your choice here. You could bring the left knee, the top leg forward, or you could extend that leg if you'd like to get a little bit into the IT band, the outer edge of the left leg. Shoulders down, feel rooted here. And then you're going to bend the right knee. If you have your strap, your towel, your belt, you're going to get it around the foot, maybe the ankle. If it's accessible otherwise, you're going to hold your foot or your ankle. And then wherever you are, and you might just stay here and hold. No, that's fine too, okay? You do you. Child's pose would also be a wonderful alternative to this for stretching the thighs if this is not available to you. Options. You're letting your right heel drop down to the floor, toward your outer right hip. And then as much as you are using your left hand to draw heel into hip, you're also pushing your foot into your hand. That's going to initiate the stretch. Feel the glutes strong, your navel in, let your shoulders slip down your back. You're welcome to stay up here with your head resting in your hands, or you can release the right arm and set your ear to your bicep. It'll take it just a little deeper. Long exhales, you guys, will help you release some of the sensation here. Listening inward, what do you need to be kind, compassionate, and very gently, you guys, without slingshotting the foot, release. You can bend the top knee if it's extended, bringing your leg back, roll to your stomach, and let's just pause again, stacking hands, resting forehead or opposite cheek. And just be still for a moment and notice the work that you've done. How your right thigh feels different than your left. A major part of this path of choice, of stepping into my own wisdom, which is that deep knowing we all have within us, was to invite more stillness. I tend to be a mover and a shaker, and that doesn't allow me the time for reflection, to notice how my choices, my habits, my patterns are either lending themselves or not toward my own healing. All right, when you're ready, second side. Rolling to the left side body, kickstanding the head. Again, your choice with that top leg, bending the knee or extending the leg. Finding your strap, whatever you're using. Bend the left knee. Find your bind here. Heel again, dropping down toward the floor. I want you to hug the heel in as much as feels appropriate with the hand strength, and then push foot into hand, initiate the stretch. Glutes strong, belly button to spine. Slip the shoulders down the back, and if you want to go a little deeper, extend the left arm and rest ear to bicep. Long exhales, you guys. Last cycle of breath, as long as it suits you. And very gently releasing. Bend the top knee, come back to your stomach, please. And again, pause. You can rest forehead to hands. If there's a side of the neck that feels tighter, I suggest you turn your head the opposite way. Just noticing how you feel in both thighs now or anywhere else you notice this stretch in your body. And when you're ready, wrists below shoulders, pausing in child's pose for just a moment. Be gentle in the low back. Shoulders away from ears, navel in. Make your way up and back. And when you're ready, to your seat. We're going to be coming into a hip stretch. I'm not done with a live Facebook class here yet. It's Gomukhasana, or cow face pose. Using a blanket or a pillow could be a great benefit to you here. Again, notice the habit to want to just do it one way, and remember this kindness. Using a prop can be a very, very kind and compassionate action. So I'll step you through. You're going to cross right leg on top of left, and you're trying to get your knees as stacked as you can. You might even gently wiggle them together. You are more than welcome to stay right here. If it feels okay and you'd like to go a little further, you could roll to the outer edge of your left hip and bring the right leg in as well. If you are not able to get both sits bones down, that is your guide that to maybe keep that left leg extended, or bring your pillow in. I won't judge you. Please don't judge yourself. Do what you need to do. So as you gently try to stack your knees, finding your pose here, I like to flex my feet. Again, that helps me get a little deeper into the outer edges of the hip. And the further away your heels are from your bottom, the more stretch you'll find. So you just decide what is an appropriate pose for you. If you want to stay right here, fingertips to the floor, you can. If you'd like to come into the full cow face pose, you're going to take left elbow inside of right, and then you might just set hands to shoulders. You might rather bring palms together. So decide what's appropriate for you here. Shoulders down, feel your elbows gently press wherever you are, and if you have the palms together, gently push them in together and draw them away from the forehead a bit. Again, you're welcome to stay upright if you are already at your edge. Shoulders down the back again. Lift your heart. If it would feel okay to go a little bit further, on your next exhale, start to take your elbows towards your navel. Just until you find your stretch, you guys, where you can still breathe fully. Chin to throat. Long exhales. Let your teeth part. If you need to come out before I cue it, trust yourself. Trust that you have the answers. We are much more intelligent beings than we generally give ourselves credit for. Let's just take 2 more rounds here if they're there for you. And on an inhale, navel in, make your way back up. Release your fingertips to the floor, please. To unwind here, I ask you to lean back in your seat. This is going to help you unlock your hips and then re-extend the legs. Feel free to shake it out, to roll out the neck. And I don't mean fully rolling around the neck, I mean just a little rock side to side. All right, when you're ready, second side. Do know in a very general way the left side is tighter than the right, so don't be surprised if you need to accommodate this side differently. Left leg on top of right, Stacking the knees. Again, you're welcome to stay here, flexing both feet. If it feels okay, you'd like to go further, roll to the right side and bring the right leg in. Again, stacking the knees. Flex the feet if that's appropriate for you. Remember, both sits bones down. You decide if heels need to move closer or further away. And then if you'd like, again, fingertips could be to floor, or maybe right elbow inside of left, hands to shoulders if that's where you are at today. Maybe wrapping up the arms if you'd rather. Palms press. If you're here, tip the hands away from the forehead. Everyone, shoulders down. Feel the inner elbows gently push together. Staying upright if you are already at your edge. Or on your next exhale, gently curling elbows towards your navel. Find your edge, you guys. Deep breathing. Long exhales. Remember the correlation between our jaw and our hips. There's a tendency when we release one for the other to pick up the tension. Can you let that tension release completely instead? Soften your eyes, your brow. Stay here and now. The space of limitless possibility. In this space where we don't hold those old stories, habits, or patterns, because we are conscious, aware, present. On your next inhale, making your way up, releasing your arms, fingertips down. Again, leaning back to unlock the hips, unwind the legs. We're going into Janu Shirshasana here. Keeping right leg extended, left foot in. You're welcome to stay on a prop if you're using. Root the right thigh and flex your right foot. And there's a tiny little twist here, so you're turning your navel towards your right kneecap. On an inhale, sweep the arms up, belly button to spine. And on an exhale, reach forward and then let your hands come down in a comfortable way. Shoulders down the back. Inhale, bring your chin to your throat, get tall through the sternum, the top of your head. Exhale, navel in, and invite a little more release. Notice if you're holding tension at the back of your neck, a sign you can release your chin a bit more. Again, stay present with what you are feeling. This is how we begin to unwind, untangle those habits and patterns. When we continue to sleepwalk, when we continue in this unconscious tendency, we perpetuate those things that don't serve our greatest good. Long exhales, let's just take a few more rounds. On your next inhale, making your way up just enough to bring right hand to inside of right leg. We're preparing for side angle. You're pressing arm to leg, and on an inhale, you're opening your left arm on the diagonal. Shoulders down the back, yogis. Inhale, feel a little bit of a back bend. And on an exhale, pressing arm to leg, leaning back a little bit more on the left side. Just notice what's going on in your neck, chin to throat. Choose to look at the right thumb, the left thumb, or one point in between. Be still. And if you'd like here, left arm into a half bind around the left low back. Shoulder down, left shoulder drawing back in space. Keep your chin to your throat, the back of your neck long. And inhale, we'll extend the left arm over left ear, stacking the shoulders, reaching for your right toes, right out of the rooted left sits bone. Now on an inhale, lift the left arm up. And on an exhale, release the left arm, and when it feels right in your back, come up in your torso. We're preparing for baby wild thing. So in baby wild thing, your left hand is going to be the heel of the hand about a foot or so from your left sits bone. Root the index finger thumb, turn the inner elbow toward them, and please point your right toes. You're going to take your right arm out to the right, and then on an inhale, you're going to push down and sweep the right arm to the left, pushing the hips up and opening the right arm as much to the right as feels good. With everything that's touching earth, root, helping the hips lift a little higher. You decide how much to release the neck. And on an exhale, right arm sweeping to the left. Settle the hips gently back down. And please just pause right down the center of your legs, neutral spine. Absorb that bit of a back bend. Just notice how you feel. And whenever you're ready, we'll go into second side. It is just one of my favorite sequences right there. Feels so freeing. All right, left leg extending. Right foot is anywhere to the inside of left leg that feels good. No, you can always prop the knee if that helps take off any pressure. Left thigh rooting, left foot flexed, and again, that little twist, navel to kneecap. Glute strong, navel in, inhale, sweep the arms up. And on an exhale, gently begin to lean forward. Keep the heart reaching long as you lean. As always, you guys, if you have low back concerns, stay upright, please. Be mindful on your movement. Shoulders down, chin to throat. Inhale, heart, top of head long. Exhale, navel in, and just invite some release. No pressure. Keeping the breath deep into the back body. Long exhales helping you soften. Soften in the back of the left leg, the hips, low back. Softening the shoulders from the ears, the jaw, the eyes. Where else do you notice the sensation of holding and tension? Let your deep, complete exhale help you release. On an inhale, please straighten your arms. Left hand to inner left thigh. Connect arm and leg. And on an inhale, side angle. Right arm diagonal, opening to the right. Shoulders down. Again, inhale, lean back a bit. And on your exhale, press left arm and leg and use that rooting to lean back even more on the right side. Chin coming into throat. What's appropriate for a spacious neck here? If you'd like, right arm into the half bind, shoulder down the back, shoulder drawing back in space. On an inhale, re-extend the arm, stacking the shoulders, reaching right arm toward left toes, right out of your rooted sits bone. On an inhale, right arm up, please. The exhale, releasing right arm, and again, when it's right in your back body, bring your torso up. Baby wild thing, second side. Heel of hand, about a foot or so behind sits bone. Index finger and thumb down. Inner elbow turning toward them. Please point your left toes. Opening left arm to the left. Inhale, root down, sweeping left arm to the right, rolling open. Remember, these are suggestions. You do you. As you push everything into the floor, feel your hips lift higher. Full breathing, you guys. And on an exhale, sweeping left arm back down to the right, gently settling your hips to the floor, pausing in a neutral spine. Absorb that work. I think one of the most amazing parts about doing this inward work is the freedom, the liberation that it provides. We come to know our full potential when we can get out from underneath these limiting beliefs and stories. Again, only we can really know what we need to heal, to release the chains. When you're ready, you guys, you can extend the right leg. And I think, let's see, yeah, we've got some time for a shoulder stand. And we'll do our final twist here. So finding your prop for your shoulder stand. Please make your way down to the back. Heels are below knees to begin, and then widen your stance from there, finding something comfortable for your low back. Prop in hand. Again, you decide if you're using a block, if level 1 or level 2 is appropriate. When you're ready, navel in, drive the knees down, and lift your hips up. Set your prop to your low back, the sacrum. Feel nice and sturdy there. Maybe roll your shoulders under even more. Arms alongside the body, palms to sky, back of neck long as chin draws down. This is soothing the nervous system even further. You're welcome to stay here. Maybe you take one leg up at a time, maybe both legs in the air, depending on what feels comfortable for you. Remember the gentle stacking of ankles over knees, knees over hips. Come back to mindful breath. Long exhales. If this pose is not comfortable for you and you happen to have a chair, recliner, or couch nearby, you can bring your back end up close to the base of the chair, recliner, or couch. And then you can place your calves on the seat, or whatever is appropriate for the length of the seat and the length of your calf. This is actually a really good variation too if you've had hip replacement surgery. Helping to reduce agitation, nervousness. A good way to support your immune system. Notice if you're running in the mind. Come back to what you feel, your breath, maybe wiggling your toes if they're getting tingly. If you've got one leg up, please switch them out. Last couple of cycles of breath here. And when you're ready, an exhale, we'll bend your knees, setting one foot and then the other back down to the floor. Mindful in the placement of your feet. Drive the knees down to lift the hips up. Remove your block and take a mindful, that is a slow roll down, doing your best to touch vertebra by vertebra into the floor. Navel in, helping you navigate your low back. Just do your best to try to let your sacrum be the last thing to touch down. Today I'm offering twisted root as your final twist. But as always, yogis, remember your choice and the option to take whatever twist is appropriate for you. Arms open to a T, heels coming back below knees if you're going into twisted root. You'll cross right thigh as much on left as feels appropriate in your body, giving your spine some room to move. Pick the hips up and set them an inch or two to the right. On an exhale, you can use your prop or your right foot. You'll begin leaning both legs to the left. Remember, we want to keep the right shoulder anchored. That's where the prop or the kickstand of the right foot come in. Maybe you take your left hand lightly to your outer right thigh. Maybe you roll your head to the right, letting the twist move up the spine. Maybe with your right palm to sky, you drag your right arm on a diagonal. Noticing all that space to breathe in your right low back. And staying with nice long exhales to help your body release down. Next exhale, arms back to a T, belly button in, helping you bring legs back up. And again, in your own time, however feels right, square your hips and unwind your legs when you're ready. Second side, left thigh on right, as much as feels good. Hips moving an inch or two to the left. Belly button in, move your prop if you're using, and on an exhale, lower both legs to the right side. Right hand to outer left thigh if you choose. Head rolling left if you'd like. Left palm up, dragging the left arm on a diagonal if it's in your practice. Feel your breath deep in the left low back on your inhale. On your exhale, softening even more to the floor. If we are to release ourselves from these limiting storylines and beliefs, we need to be wiser than the patterns and the habits that help construct them. When you notice yourself leaning into the old story, again ask yourself, is it true? Ask yourself, what next? Do you continue with the old story? Or do you practice writing a new one? You decide how this goes. It is in your power. You only need to realize it. On your next exhale, releasing arms to a T, belly button in, legs coming up when you're ready. Unwind square whenever it's right for you. If you'd like, you can come into a ball, maybe happy baby, or reclined child's pose, rocking, rolling, whatever feels right. If there are any final poses you'd like to take, know that's available. And when you are ready, yogis, take some time to really rest and absorb everything you've done today in Shavasana. Maybe placing a prop below your knees to lessen any discomfort in the low back, the hips. Mindfully placing your legs with your pinky toes heavy to the floor so that your hips can relax even more. Let your upper back, the shoulders roll under again so you're as smooth to the floor there as you're able. And place your arms in a sustainable way, palms to sky, helping your shoulders release. Long back of neck as your chin comes in, helping your nervous system release further. Maybe you'd like to take a big inhale here. Feel a ballooning in the belly and the back ribs. And a big long exhale. Let it all go. Just letting your breath breathe itself in a natural and nourishing way as your mind observes what this means for you. And in that observation, allowing it to release more of its tension. Each exhale, maybe you feel the back of your head, your shoulders, elbows, and backs of hands even heavier and wider into the mat. With each exhale, maybe you feel the low back, the hips, the calves, and the heels release down and spread like water. And with each inhale, maybe you feel the front body get lighter and brighter to the sky. Observing anywhere you're holding tension. And with the exhale, helping it ease away with awareness. If it is a benefit for you to stay here longer, I invite you to do so. If you feel ready to reawaken, let it be compassionate, gentle movement, starting small, letting it gradually grow bigger. You might even eventually find you want to move into a full body stretch. Arching your back, spreading your fingers and your toes as you lengthen. You're welcome to roll to fetal position whenever it suits you. And when you'd like, it will be strong arms that help you to your seat. would please you, yogis. Palms can come together, thumbs resting at your heart. Taking some time here to practice gratitude as it helps us find our joy. Please call to mind a few things that you are grateful for here and now, and let the gratitude move beyond an idea to really notice what it feels like in your body and where you feel it. The love and the light in me recognizes and honors the love and the light in each of you. And when we are in this space, we are one. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this helps you on your journey.